my Erbs palsy, I've had quite a number of operations. I've just had my 16th operation this year for various reasons. Kind of the main thing that we were trying to get rid of was the pain that I was experiencing that was kind of running my life for the last 10 years. I would say that I've just been in constant pain. What I would say is kind of my Erbs palsy has made me a lot more adaptable of finding new ways of doing things. It has made me a much stronger person as well, of working through all that. I would probably say I've learned that I'm a lot stronger than what I give myself credit for, of what I have had to deal with, especially when I was a teenager. My life was a very, very dark place at times, and it was really difficult to see a light at the end of the tunnel. But kind of looking back on it now, of just how strong I had to be to kind of get through it and work through it and keep pushing on despite my injury and not letting it define me. Finishing university 3 years ago, kind of straight into full-time work, which was a bit of a shock to the system from the university life. I have kind of career within human relations. I've worked in the NHS and I've now moved into food catering for schools. I'm doing my kind of CIPD qualification to kind of get that next level up. Recently bought a house and kind of moved in. Back in January 2021, I had shoulder reconstruction, which was very difficult, but kind of the future looks brighter now that that's been done, of being able to re-engage the arm. For children and especially teenagers, being a teenager anyway is a really difficult time to go through when, you're changing as a person, finding who you are. When you're trying to balance that with Erbs palsy as well, it can be very, very dark and very lonely, and you don't know, or you don't think anybody fully understands. My advice to teenagers with it is, do talk to people, talk to your family, they will understand. Don't try and deal with it all on your own, because it's an enormous thing and it's really overwhelming sometimes. For parents, don't push like my mum did sometimes. Just let them lead the way a little bit. Yeah, just be there for them and just let them talk, let them rant sometimes, because it's really difficult to try and communicate how you're feeling at certain points when you're feeling really low. And I know I joke about my mum, but she was brilliant. In my really low moments, she was always there for me to cry to, have a rant to, everything. So just be there, really. My mum put in the claim when I was very, very young. We then settled the claim when I was 18, 19. When I was a lot more stable, we could kind of predict my future a lot more, of what I would need as an adult moving forward, especially kind of since having my shoulder reconstruction in January. For me, having my settlement claim there took a whole pressure off of having time off work, that I had money to fall back on if I needed it. If kind of my sick pay ran out, I was still able to cover my bills, my rent. It's allowed me to kind of pay for private physios following surgery, because the NHS only give you 6 sessions. It's that ability to go and get things to kind of help you adapt in cooking, in cleaning. It makes your life so much easier having that to fall back on and not having to worry about the cost. Definitely do it. It's worth going down the avenue to see what you are entitled to and what you can do to make, either yourself, your life easier, or if you're doing it as a parent, your child's life easier. I can't thank my mum enough for starting the claim when I was really, really little. Don't settle while the child is too young, because you don't know how they're going to grow, what they're going to experience as a teenager, especially, of how it might affect them later on in life. Karen Hillier is absolutely fantastic, who runs the group. She was always there, especially for my mum, for support, anything she needed, especially since they've started up kind of the Facebook group page. That was kind of a real source of comfort for me at times, of seeing kind of adults, fully grown adults, who kind of add things on there about how they struggle sometimes and what they do. Being able to connect with people and share stories has been a real help. Kind of, I'm not the only one, I'm not on my own. I think that's the kind of greatest bit of help that I could have, because it is kind of very isolating at times.